Hey, today I'm talking about 3 Netflix Spanish thriller films. And the names of those 3 movies are The Platform, Mirage, and Don't Listen. But first up is The Platform. This is a 2019 sci-fi film, and the basic premise is a thinly veiled metaphor for capitalism. But more specifically, there is this prison type thing that you can volunteer for. It's vertical, and at the very top they place all the food on it, and then as it goes down you're just supposed to take your own little share, but of course the people at the top just take all of the stuff, and by the time you get down to the bottom there's literally nothing for them. So people just constantly die because there's too many greedy sons of bitches. Now the metaphor is incredibly obvious. They're not really hiding it at all. And I knew that going in, and I'm a little afraid that I wear thin pretty quickly. But it's really easy to empathize with the lead character and get in his emotional space and just kind of get wrapped up in the emotions of the story, because he does everything you really want him to do. Like, he gets into the system right away, he immediately tries to dismantle it but fails, and then he just kind of has to live his life with the cards that he's dealt. And like, his first month he's fine. The second month when he changes levels, because they change levels every month, he gets so beat down and just gets his spirit crushed that it's this slow rebuild of like, oh yeah, what were these idealistic ideas that I used to have that I want to strive for? And so that was really easy for me to connect to. And honestly, it didn't feel like it was beating me over the head with the metaphor. Like, yeah, the metaphor was there, but it wasn't constantly being like, look at our metaphor. And then I felt like the end was very satisfying. Like, we didn't get answers to everything, explaining how this whole thing worked, because explaining that doesn't matter. It's the metaphor. And it had a really beautiful and interesting ending. There is a sequel. I'm not going to watch the sequel because I feel like it's going to try to over-explain stuff. So yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie and would totally recommend it. It's a good film, told well, with a great metaphor and great messaging, and top to bottom is just a fantastic experience. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed, definitely recommend. Next up is Mirage. This is a 2018 sci-fi mystery thriller, and the basic premise is, how do I explain it without spoilers? I kind of have to, don't I? It's really about the consequences of changing the past. It's really good. There's a lot I like about this movie. Let me start with what I don't like. We basically have 2 timelines. There's the 1989 timeline and the 2018 timeline. And the 1989 timeline I did like, but I wish visually looked more distinct. It looks too clean, it looks too polished, it looks too digital, it looks too modern. It would have been really great had they filmed it with film. I know it's expensive, but like, it would have given it a really nice feel, and I think that really would have elevated it. Okay, I really like this movie. But another thing is, I kind of wish we didn't get the first act, because the first act pretty clearly sets up what is happening. And I wish it would have started with the main woman waking up in the hospital bed, because from there, she's just like, what is going on? She's so confused and so lost. And people cast doubt on her. But like, we know definitively that she's not crazy because of that first act. I wish we would have started there. We would have been more in her shoes of casting down on like, what is actually happening? What is real life? Is what she believes to be real actually real? And this is all just kind of like some bullshit that she needs to try to fix? Or is this thing that she's trying to reject the actual reality? I think that would have added a really nice, fun mind type of layer to this film that would have elevated it even more. But that means that it is a really good film as is. So yeah. I really love how the mystery unfolded. They give us just enough that let us ask more questions and fed us more info. As the mystery came together, it was very satisfying. As we got to the conclusion, it was very satisfying. I just think the whole film overall was just a very satisfying experience. I will say it was a little maybe cheesy / melodramatic, but like, honestly, I didn't mind that at all, because the overall experience was just so good and so satisfying. It's definitely not a perfect film. It's got its little flaws, but I would say on the whole, it is definitely worth a watch. It's a really fun, interesting movie with a really good story that ends very satisfying. So yes, thoroughly enjoyed, definitely recommend. And lastly is Don't Listen. This is a 2020 film, and the basic premise is your classic haunted house type of situation. There's voices, they're telling people to do stuff, bad stuff happens, murders. Yeah. This film's interesting because it's boring. It's pretty dang boring when there's not creepy stuff happening. And there's a lot of times where there's not creepy stuff happening. So it was hard for me to give a shit for a good chunk of it. it. That being said, when there was creepy stuff happening, it did work. And they did a good job too with like subtle creepy stuff and having it, in a sense, not pay off, which helped add to the creepiness. Cause like, for instance, there's a character sitting on a couch and in the background, you notice something just like slowly coming at him. And it doesn't end with a fake jump scare or an actual jump scare of him getting attacked. That works though, because it just adds to like, oh, at any moment, even if you're seeing something, that doesn't mean that something's gonna happen. So it makes it feel like anything could happen at any moment, which was good and well done. It's just when those things weren't happening, it was so boring. Cause yeah, I really didn't connect to any of the characters. I did like in the second act when they added in the paranormal investigators. I do think that added some lifeblood to the film, but that wasn't enough to like really get me. I just needed more of a stronger emotional connection to any of the characters. And I think that would have helped a lot. Just made me give a shit. I didn't dislike the movie though. I liked it. I thought it was fine. It kind of feels like classic background noise type of movie. It's not trying anything too insane. It can be interesting at times, but I don't think you really need to give it your full attention when watching it. So yeah, it was an okay movie that I would, I guess, recommend, but not with my whole heart. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got The Platform sitting at number 23 in the really like section. And then after that, not too terribly far behind, is Mirage sitting at number 28, again in the really like section. And then bringing up the rear is Don't Listen, sitting at number 87 in the liked category. And this is out of a total of 120 old movies so far this year.